Right. Let's do a wee update, shall we, on Britain. We just had Tommy Robinson up in Manchester checking out that place where there's been 16 terrorists who were killed fighting for ISIS. This is 16 terrorists that surrounded the mosque in Manchester that bred that suicide bomber. They've been off dead fighting against us abroad. Right, we got something like 4,000 people on 24-hour watch there. But where does the authorities' priority lie? Well, their concern is with the likes of Tommy Robinson, who's arrested for being offensive. And they put him in with Muslims who tried to burn him to death. He's meant to fight his way out. Then we have these two guys in England. They go down there and they've got bacon. They put it on a mosque. Sent to prison for 2 years. One of them dies. You see, when you get sent to British prisons, there's lots of Muslims there and they're not happy with you. The most recent example of this ridiculous war on anyone who isn't a direct threat, which is basically what this is this guy, Count Dankula. He's for Glasgow like me. Scottish YouTuber faces a year in prison for teaching Nazi trick to girlfriend's dog. Here's where I stand on this. Nazis are no real threat, so even if he was a bloody Nazi, he should be allowed to make a silly video, but he's no. You see, this is the problem with the war on art. They tend to get the wrong guy. So they got a guy who's doing a joke. That's what art is. It's a joke. Comedy's a form of art. And George Orwell said within every joke is a tiny revolution. But for fun, let's see this horrible video dripping with hate in a world where 22 wee girls are killed. All right, this is your bad guys, though. This is your problem.
Is always ranting and raving about how cute and adorable her wee dog is, and so I thought I would turn them into the least cute thing that I could think of, which is a Nazi.
Nazis wouldn't like this. They'd say, don't do that.
Do you want to gas the Jews? Mum will gas the Jews, son. You want to gas the Jews?
It'd be funny if I get in trouble for this video, because I have it. And I get arrested. Then someone does a video about that, then they get arrested. Jails are teeming with video geezers.
Do you want to gas the Jews? Gas the Jews? Jews.
If I was a Nazi, I'd be outraged that you trivialised my movement with a pug. A Nazi pug. Nazi pug, Nazi pug, Nazi pugs. Fuck off. Alright, so the gas the Jews thing's easy, right? But he takes it up a notch. Let's get to the Sieg Heils, which is what Hitler just said in German. Here we go.
Sieg Heil. Sieg Heil. Sieg Heil. Gas the Jews.
All right, that's enough. It goes on and on. Count Dankula, are you there, son? Can you pull him in? I have to speak to the Count the new. That's the fucker who made these videos. He keeps getting his trial delayed too. It's an on thing because he gets his support and then they delay it. Is that what's just happened? Your trial's been delayed?
Yeah, it's been delayed. I think it's by about 2.5 months. No, it's been delayed.
Wait a minute. Have you got a black eye from that bloody Nazi pug?
Yeah, it was the pug that did it. Yeah, he's trying to make sure I take the fall.
How is he knowing the slammer? How is he know smelling wormwood scrubs? He's the bloody racist.
Yes, I'm trying my best to change his ideology, but you know he's just caught in his wee echo chamber. I just can't get him out. I've tried my hardest, and I got a black eye for it.
This is a species, by the way, whose heads are so bloody big they can't give birth to themselves, and he's sitting there talking about superiority. You're a shite dog. A pug's a shite dog. Is it no?
Pugs are a pretty good example of why man shouldn't try and play God.
I know, that was a wolf. You were a bloody wolf one day. Here, I remember when Scotland was a wolf. I remember when Scotland was a bloody lion, a ferocious beast. And now we have cops. The police in Glasgow used to be murderers. They were all 6'10". Huge beasts of men. And they're arresting you for offending I don't know who, because that video was offensive to Nazis. But didn't one cop say that you're normalising Nazism?
Yeah, people think I'm trying to make Nazism popular.
And that's what one of the policemen actually said to me while I was getting arrested. And I was just sort of thinking to myself, in what universe does this video make Nazi ideology look appealing like that? It's a fucking dog. It's a fucking dog doing a salute like that, man. Like, nobody's going to sit there and go, that pug's onto something. It's about time I start hating some people. Like, nonsense.
Or someone's going to Sieg Heil and go, oh, it's not a big deal. I've seen pugs do it. It's not grand. Don't worry about it. But in all seriousness, though, Danky, that could get fatal for you. We had Tommy and some other guy die for blasphemy, for being politically incorrect. They get jailed. And if you face a year in prison, you could die in there, son.
Yeah, if there's anybody that's a member of a minority, probably would. But the media initially tried to push that I was actually a Nazi. They tried to actually push that at first, so a lot of people still just sort of ran with that and believed it. I even actually had my neighbour attack my house while calling me a Nazi bastard and stuff like that. Yeah, she covered my front door in dog shit. But wait, it gets better. I called the police. The police came and arrested her, but not for throwing the dog shit on my door. They arrested her and charged her with hate crime for calling me a Nazi bastard. Scotland. They came back to my house and told me that, yeah, we've arrested her and charged her for that. And I went, right, I didn't give a shit about that part. I cared about the fact she covered my front door in dog shit. That was where I had the problem.
I don't want to erase her ideology. I want the shite off my bloody door.
Yeah, exactly.
I could get arrested for speaking to you because I just showed the video. This is the tangled web they weave when Big Brother runs the show. Look, pal, we're living in an environment where people are dying in Britain from terrorism and their priorities seem to be those of us who offend. It's passionately anti-Western, and it's also no bloody Scotch, by the way.
No, definitely not. Like, Scotland's known for being very, very abrasive, very, very rough around the edges. Like, it's kind of what we're known for. We'll say offensive things, and it's just kind of taken in common parlance. We're very, very rude to each other. If we do that, though, it means we love you.
I know, like, you've got a black eye, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah. It's how we settle disputes here. Like, yeah, that type of deal, but it's just a case of, I don't know, I just feel like that part of Scottish culture is dying, but a lot of people just aren't happy with it. It's just that we are a rough people. It's how we act. It's just the way we've always done things.
I know, like, and we created the modern world. This attitude used to define Western culture. We're the ones who separated church and state. It was a bloody Scot who put the steam engine on its side and allowed for the industrial bloody revolution. That's why there was civilization. And you're trying to shut us down for a fucking pug joke. Fuck you. No, you, them.
No, that's fair enough, man. It's just that I totally agree that we definitely have our priorities messed up. We definitely do. Like, there are things that are massive fucking problems that we need dealt with immediately. And me making a meme on the internet certainly should be at the bottom of the list at least.
Bloody, and it makes you want to do it more. That's the other problem. Anyway, Danky, I have to go the new. Thanks for coming on the show.
No problem at all, dude. Thanks very much.
Sieg Heil, by the way. Sieg bloody Heil.
Fuck, man. Stop trying to get me.
Just kidding. Disavow. 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 Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Rebel Edge, where you can find all the videos that are exactly like this one, but different.